We are on Sukkah, Perek Bet, Mishnah Bet, second Mishnah in the second chapter of Masechet Sukkah. So, until now we've learned that there's a huge machloket between Rabbi Yehuda and the Chachamim, but what's the Mahuta Sukkah? What's the essence of a Sukkah? Is it a binyan keva? Meaning it can be, or might even should be a permanent structure. Or the Chachamim, basically everybody else says, it's Rabbi Yehuda and others, or the Chachamim, everybody else says it's a binyan arai. Now, a Sukkah is a temporary structure. It can't be too tall. It can't have, different rules about it being too permanent. And that's the nature of our machloket. Our Mishnah, we've seen this in a number of different areas. So now our Mishnah is going to continue to discuss this area and say, well, can a sukkah be a kli? Can it be a vessel? Says the Mishnah, Hasomech sukkato b'karei hamita. The karei hamita, the beams or the boards of a bed. So if I make my sukkah, the way that it sounds like, it means I lean my sukkah on the beams of a bed. Kshera. The sukkah is kshera. So all the Mefarshim, or most of the Mefarshim, interpret it to mean, let's see if I can find it, this. Okay? These are the karei hamita. You have a bed, and basically the sukkah is the bed. Okay? That you you lean your schach on the bed, on the piece of the sukkah. That's kshera. And now we'll understand the second part. Rabbi Yehuda Omer, Rabbi Yehuda says, Im eina yachol la'amod b'fnei atzma psula. If the sukkah can't stand in and of itself, let's go back to our picture, without the bed. If I took away the bed, I wouldn't have a sukkah here. There would be no sukkah. It is a sukkah. Then it's psula. Why? Rabbi Yehuda l'ta'ameh, de'amar sukkah dirat keva ba'inan. This is what we just saw, that a sukkah has to be dirat keva. It must be dirat keva. So therefore, it can't be a kli. It can't be a vessel that you would just use. That it's a bed itself. Because if you took the bed away, then it's not a binyan keva. It's a binyan arai, and therefore it'd be psula. But Bartanura says we don't pass them like Rabbi Yehuda. Sukkah ha-meduvlelet. This is a really weird word, meduvlelet. Okay, the Gemara has a difficulty explaining. We'll see in a second what it means. Veshetzilata meruba mechamata sheira. So I'm going to read it according to the simple pshat. A sukkah meduvlelet, the sukkah, or a sukkah that's meruba, or a sukkah where the shade, sail, is more than the chama, than the sun. Kshera, that kind of sukkah is kshera. So those are two kinds of sukkah. What is a meduvlelet? Mishnah says, Shelo yishkiva kanim yachad ze eitzel ze, the Bartanura. You didn't put the reeds one next to the other, all in an adjacent line. Ela kaneh oleh v'kaneh yored, one on top of the other. You put them up and down. Umitoch kach chamata meruba mitzilata. And because of this, chamata meruba mitzilata, the sun is more than the shade. Let's look at a picture. Okay, sukkah meduvlelet. So this again is from the incredible Shas Vishinantam that I have. These got the pictures in the back. It's worthwhile just to get it for the pictures. And I'm sharing with permission. They've given me permission to use it. So you can see the way they drew it, one up, one down, one up, one down, one up, one down. And therefore, if the sun comes at an angle, it's a case of chamata. It really, there's more sun than shade. But the Bartanura says, let's go back. Vashmina matnitin, the Mishnah says, the amrinan, we say, ro'im ki'ilu hayu mushkavim b'shaveh. There's a lot of imaginary building in a sukkah. Now we have all these different rules that we've seen before. In the last Mishnah, we saw dofen akuma, we saw lavud, we saw a bunch of imaginary buildings. So this is another case of imaginary building. You look at it as if they're on a straight line. V'im az, and if they were on a straight line, silata merubak sheira, then you would have more sail, more shade than sun. Let's look at the picture again. Looking at it straight above, looking at it from the side, from an angle, then there's more sun than shade. But looking at it straight above, if these lines were brought together, as the arrows show, then it would be one straight line, and you would have more shade than sun. In that case, the Mishnah says kshera. That's the interpretation of the Bartanura about this understanding. Okay. Nonetheless, I found a picture. If you look here, you can look at the Na'ot Kedumim website. You can see, you can read it here. Let's see if I can make the picture a little bigger. Here we are. It's a little hard to. Let's see if I can make it a little smaller. Okay, here you can see it well. Sukkah meduvlelet veshetzilata meruba mechamata. Okay, so according to this understanding of this sukkah, let's make it a little smaller. Meduvlelet, the other interpretation of meduvlelet, there's another girsa. The girsa the Kahati brings is meduldelet, dal. It's a weak sukkah. Okay. Nonetheless, the Mishnah says it's a weak sukkah. The schach is pretty weak. I don't know why this would be a sukkah meduvlelet, but let's go back to our Mishnah. Okay, but nonetheless, it's one sukkah. Sukkah meduvlelet, a pretty weako sukkah, weak shade, but silata miruba mechamata, as long as silata miruba mechamata, kshera. And this is the principal idea. As long as you have more shade than sun, it's kshera. And that we know is the halacha that we pass in. Finally, let's say the schach is so thick it's like a house. And it's not beams, but it's very thick. Even though the stars are not visible, it's still kasher. So the sukkah can be kasher. We see from this, even if you can't see the stars. But we learn from here that lechatchila you should be able to see the stars in a normal sukkah through the schach. We'll stop here and dedicate our learning to the memory of my father, Rav Simcha Bar Yitzchak Kalman. Have a good day.